Welcome, members of the Greater Milwaukee Association of Realtors, to Scott Bush from the Park Bench. And today, in the park, John Gscheidmeier. Thank you for visiting, John. And just a little bit about John. John is the chair of the GMAR Safety Committee, and before a career in real estate, John had a long career in law enforcement. So we're in good hands. And John, thank you for coming today. Appreciate it.
Thank you for the invite.
We're going to talk about a couple things today quickly, safety related. First is safety reporting. Now, John had the idea that we should have a safety reporting network or database rather with GMAR, and we have that set up. It was in the last newsletter, the last couple of newsletters. It's also going to be on our website, where if you are an agent and you experience something that is uncomfortable to you, we're talking about inappropriate behavior that could possibly be construed as sexually in nature or potentially dangerous, we want to know about that. But that doesn't mean if you find yourself in a situation like that, that you automatically call or contact GMAR. I mean, first and foremost, if you think there's a threat, you have to, John?
Call the police.
Call the police, right. Don't call John, don't call Scott, call the police. So, and this reporting is important to us because it allows us then to address it with training, getting information out there. And there's been a lot of times where our networking has foiled a few criminals and a few weirdos that have been bothering our agents, because we're able to get descriptions, we're able to get warnings out to our members about these nefarious individuals, and we're able to have them arrested many times. So, or a lot of times they're not really committing a crime. Perhaps they're just kind of creepy and just kind of off. And at least we can warn our members, because we don't want to wait until there's a crime committed. Right. So anything else on the safety reporting, John?
Well, I think let's go back to how this all kind of came about. I mean, let's look at what real estate agents do. I mean, we always focus on realtor safety in the month of October. But really, we should be focusing it on every day that we do our jobs. I mean, we're sending the troops out into the streets, so to speak, as agents to show homes, and oftentimes to people we don't know. Those could be online leads that we haven't vetted, and we're going to give you a really great tool to help you with that. But for a long time, we've been talking about how do we protect our agents? How do we protect you when you're out doing your job from people that, like you said, may not be doing criminal things, but just might be, odd. It might be strange behavior. So what we've decided and what we worked together to figure out was, how do we as agents report these incidents to the Greater Milwaukee Association of Realtors? And so the idea is that you can go to the form and the page, fill out what happened. It'll go to both of us right away, including on nights and weekends. And then we'll assess whether or not GMAR needs to notify everybody about what's happening. So a lot of times we've been able to put that information out. Brokerages have been able to avoid further issues with problematic people. Let's just maybe put it that way. But nothing we say today or in any of the apps or the reporting process should eliminate your good judgment in whether or not you need to involve the police. The police are your first line of defense if you're out there on your own. Like Scott said, we can't be there. They don't allow me to carry a gun and a taser anymore or wear the uniform. But when you're experiencing something that rises to the level of a safety-related issue, don't be afraid to call 911. It gives your location instantaneously when you dial it, even if that call doesn't go through. But also, if you're not sure, call your broker, call your owner, call a partner that you maybe share a calendar with. But if anything arises to the level of calling the police, you've got to notify them right away. And that's a question on there, whether or not you notified the police too when you report this.
So that's really a good segue to our next segment, which is on Tether. Tether, Tether, is a app. It is a safety app that has been specifically designed for realtors. And the Greater Milwaukee Association of Realtors, we are just near the end of negotiating a contract with Tether, and we believe we are going to be able to deliver Tether services, the safety app, to our members for approximately, I believe it's going to be $5 a month. And John, feel free to jump in at any time if you want to talk about Tether and its importance, some of its features that it has. I know there are SOS alerts. It could even detect if there's a struggle. If someone grabs you and there's movement, the Tether app can actually sense that. There's client screening tools. There's GPS tracking. There's all kinds of really incredible features that with advanced technology right on your phone that will provide some safety for you. And we really encourage. We're going to get more information out there, but John really had taken the lead on Tether and did a lot of the background and research on Tether. And NAR endorses Tether. I know there's some other competitors out there, but we had found, John and I, working with Tether, that we really appreciated the customer service and the quality of the product.
So we looked at two apps. Forewarn is one of them, and Tether. And I actually have Tether up here. Not that that's important, but there are so many unique features to Tether that we felt it was a better option overall. Essentially, there's a client verification, and it's different than Forewarn. But we'll focus on Tether because we felt that this was the best product for us. It allows you to verify that a person's phone number really is a legitimate phone number. I mean, let's be honest, in today's society, you can be anonymous in a lot of different ways. I can go to a third-party app and I can create a phone number or claim a phone number that looks like a legitimate 262-414 area code phone number, but it's really just an app. So as much as we tell agents when you meet somebody, don't get enamored by the amount of commission you're potentially going to make because this guy wants to see an $800,000 house. You need to take a step back and do some verification, and this will allow you to at least help in that process. There is a small upcharge, and you'll get all the details when we release this, for looking at a background check, so to speak, right on your phone. If there's a criminal history, if there's things that maybe we should be concerned about. Now we have to be clear, this is not a mechanism to allow us to discriminate against people. It's an agent safety tool that allows agents to verify who people are, but also at the same time look a little bit deeper into things that we would be concerned about. You always should be checking things like social media and LinkedIn. I mean, for the most part, if somebody can afford a $600,000, $700,000, $800,000 house, they're probably going to be on social media. They'll probably be on LinkedIn. But you should also use the Wisconsin Circuit Court Access system as well. Yeah. Again, they're not designed to decide you're not going to work against somebody, especially if they had an incident years ago where maybe there was something that happened in the home or outside. Nothing else is on there. I mean, you have to make those decisions on your own, but it's a great tool to be able to at least verify who people are and that they're legitimate human beings.
Right. And Tether has gotten a lot of great reviews from realtors and realtor associations around the country. So that was helpful to us as well. So we're looking at being able to get this in everybody's hands on October 1st of this year. So that'll be coming up rather quickly. So again, more information to follow about Tether, the safety app. Anything else, John, you want to add?
Well, I think one of the features of that too is it's if you have a heart attack, because remember we talked about this too.
Yeah, a medical emergency of some kind.
You have a medical emergency, you're in a car accident, and your phone suddenly falls, and it has those notifications, and you can set it up to notify whomever you would like to, or it will dial 911 as well. No system is perfect, but one of the questions we had was, well, what if it's a medical emergency and they send the police because they don't have contact with somebody? We presented this to the board a couple months ago. They loved it. They thought it was a great idea. And so I think it's just time. We've been looking at this for a couple of years, and I'm really happy to see that it's coming to fruition. It's always nice when planning and research and all of that kind of comes together.
Right. I don't see any reason not to do this program and provide this product to our members. Realtors, not to bring down the party here, but sadly and unfortunately, our members have been the victims of sexual assault, strong arm robberies, and even murder. Not to mention all the garden variety, creeps and people that just like to bother a lot of the women in our business. So
I thought you were going to say they were cheap.
Oh,
So I actually grinned when you said that because, I mean, the cost we've gotten down to nothing, but you're right. If you, and I said this before, if you think about how vulnerable we really are in this industry, it is scary. And so this is a great tool to at least help. Nothing is foolproof, but this is an app that will hopefully, when you need help, you'll be able to get it.
and $5 a month is, I mean, we certainly would love to see all of our members take advantage of this program.
I'm excited.
Yeah, and gentlemen, it's not just for, often safety products, there seems to be this bias that they're just really for women. Men have been the victim of crime in our association as well, so keep that in mind.
Anybody can be a victim, and in October we'll go into more of this, but situational awareness is a big one. But just arming yourself with whatever tools, having a buddy that knows where you're going to be at all times. As a broker owner, I don't always know where our agents are. If they don't share their calendars with us and they're out showing homes, I don't know what they're doing. So be proactive when you get the opportunity to use this app. For $5 a month, there's no reason not to.
Right, so I'm looking forward to it. I know you are. So thank you, John. We appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Signing off from the park, it's Scott Bush from the park bench and John Gscheidmeier.